Note there are no other requests to speak. Your Honor, I think it's appropriate to call on Jim Parsons, who is the county's attorney brought on to deal with this project specifically at present of negotiating with any terms with the company. And Jim, tell us whatever. Answer questions to commissioners. Tell us what there is. Obviously, the group's aware, the public's aware that there was a closed meeting which Jim addressed the fiscal court to talk about some of these terms. Terms aren't finalized, so it wasn't made public. But Jim, if you want to, I don't know what Judge and Jim want to disclose here or able to disclose. Jim?
Do you feel confident in our negotiations with the client?
Judge, I do believe that there is going to be an agreement in place that would provide substantial benefits to the community. Yes, that would cover not only the infrastructure cost and the impacts, the direct impacts that this particular project will cover. Those costs will be paid for exclusively by the company. In addition to that, there's going to be other substantial benefits to the community over and above the impact of this particular direct impact here. I don't know, I don't want to go outside the record or anything like that in that circumstance, but I can certainly represent to the community that that as part of the process, this is one step. I'm not going to get involved with your decision and whether you should or should not vote for the MAP amendment today. But I will say that in the event you do choose to vote in favor, that there are other significant steps and milestones that will have to come back to this court for approval. And we certainly would anticipate that any of the negotiations that I've been involved with will be formalized into a written agreement. And those agreements will be in place before any other substantial actions taken by the court or recommended by me to be taken by the court. So
basically, you're saying we still have leverage.
There is leverage, yes.
You and I both, I think, said at the fiscal court that we would prefer a development agreement be signed and sealed.
I was on record a few weeks ago that
Sorry, I can't hear you.
I mentioned before, I don't disagree that it would be better, 100% better if we had a full agreement in place right now. We do not. But I do believe there are significant safeguards in what you still have to approve to move this project forward to incorporate all those additional safeguards in. And I wouldn't be recommending that. I wouldn't be telling you that if I didn't legitimately believe that there are other approvals that you're going to have to get from permitting for other particular situations moving this project forward, that there are opportunities for incorporating all those agreements in. Yeah.
Jim, I asked you in our meeting the other day, could this project happen without industrial revenue bonds?
Yeah.
And what was your answer to that?
Legally, it can.
Is it probable that it could happen?
From a practical standpoint, the project is going to be the project is going to require the use of industrial revenue bond financing. That's exclusively within the control of the fiscal court. You're the only entity that can provide that service that they're going to need relative to that, and that's going to be part of an agreement, agreements in lieu of taxes and everything else. So it'll be part of that process to provide the other issues the county's going to need to provide for this project. And that will not be coming up until we get all the agreements in place for that.
So are you saying that you think it's okay for us to go ahead with this without a community benefit agreement, not knowing anything? Are you saying that?
I'm not saying not knowing anything in that circumstance.
I'm saying but you don't have it in writing.
That from my perspective, if you choose to act today to move forward on this, there are sufficient additional controls that you still have that you can act and be assured that the community benefits agreement will be in place.
So what are those things?
Industrial revenue bond.
Industrial revenue bond, the closing the road. There's going to be some other things that are needed to be done that you're completely in control of on this particular situation. So, so in that regard, I believe there are sufficient safeguards.
Thank you, Jim. Appreciate you.
Let me ask one more question. If options are obtained options are the name of the Industrial Development Authority, the transfer or signing those options would be another leverage, would it
That's
not?
right. That is correct. I haven't been involved with the real estate side at all, so I
But-
didn't want to get into that. I'm just telling you, from what I've been involved with and negotiating on behalf of the county, there are some other significant steps the county is going to have to take in the future that gives you the leverage.
It could put the brakes on this.
That's correct.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Your Honor, that's been, just to respond to Mr. Grady, I think Tanner Nichols' rebuttal says this, but the legal argument, I have no doubt that the Mason Circuit Court will determine some of that. It's not necessarily, some of his legal argument regarding whether it's sufficient or flawed in some fashion. Counsel for the Planning Commission doesn't agree with that. I don't necessarily, but Mr. Grady no doubt will test that at the Circuit Court. So I don't know if that's for you to consider today, make a determination whether a case requires something or doesn't require.